Hey guys, it's Janine
and Vera. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about confidence and why it's your best asset. Okay, so before we get into all the tea on why you should have confidence, let's talk about the negative effects of not having confidence.
Coming from my point of view, I guess, I feel like when you don't have confidence, it kind of it makes people believe that they can walk all over you.
True.
And that they can just treat you any type of way. And I feel like that's honestly so dangerous because sometimes we want to, have our confidence a little bit back or be more, I don't know what the word is, not humble, but more reserved, I guess. Not that confidence means that you have to be
cocky,
so loud or cocky, okay. But it's I feel like if you exude an air of I have my stuff together and I know who I am as a person and I'm whole as I am, it kind of makes people be I can't treat her every type of way or any type of way because it's kind of
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's that woman has confidence. I'm not you're gonna treat her in a way that's different than somebody who has low confidence.
Right.
So I feel like that's something that happens when you don't have confidence, is that I feel like people feel like they can treat you any type of way. And that's
true.
Not right.
I also feel like when you don't have confidence, you also it's like you show people how to treat you. You don't treat yourself all right. that great. You tend to have low self-esteem. You don't set the bar high enough for yourself. And so not only are other people probably treating you bad, but you're treating yourself bad. And you have to treat yourself good first before anybody else can, or you have to show them how to treat you. So I feel like that definitely that's just not good. It leads to depression, anxiety. You don't go out, and it's just a snowball effect from there.
That's real. It does really start with how you treat yourself. And I struggle with this a lot. And I feel like a lot of people can struggle with that, but I'm kind of a person that puts others before myself, which is something I'm unlearning. But yes. It really does start with how do you feel about your own self, and it could be physically, mentally, emotionally. How do you really truly feel about yourself when you're by yourself, alone in your own room, whatever? It's do you enjoy your own company? And I feel like when you do enjoy yourself or start enjoying who you are as a person and really liking who you are as a person, you start, that confidence naturally exudes, and it's kind of just I'm here, this is it, and you don't have to explain yourself, or you don't have to, that's the difference between confidence and cocky almost. Yeah. Because cocky people feel like they have the need to say it all the time. Right. And confidence is just yeah, I am this way.
Yeah, and even with lack of confidence, for instance with me, dealing with not having confidence whenever I would take photos, because I wasn't exuding that confidence in myself. I didn't think my photos looked that good. I feel like it showed in the photo. And that also goes with when you put that energy out there, people start believing those things about you, and they in turn don't have confidence in you either. Right. And it's it just kind of goes full circle. And kind of that energy you put out there, that's what you get back.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of that quote that people say where it's if you don't believe in yourself, who else is going to believe in you?
Exactly.
And it's that's so true, because it's it's what you're giving off. And if you're giving off
those
I don't have
vibes.
it together, or I'm not really sure of myself, then people are going to be okay, exactly. She ain't sure of herself, she don't have it together.
And it's even worse because it's you put that out there, and then they give it back to you, and then it makes you wind up feeling even worse.
Right, because you don't even realize.
It's worse. Yeah, it's terrible. I totally feel that way with photos and whatnot, and I'll see other women on Instagram and everything, and I'm oh my God, they look so good.
Oh,
and
comparison.
Comparison is the thief, and when you don't have confidence, you are constantly comparing yourself to people. And so for me, it was with the photos, and because when I used to do dance and everything, and I wanted to get back into it, since I did not have that confidence, I was oh my God. And I remember I saw a friend or someone that I know. They were like doing a dance or whatever, and I was like, oh my God, I absolutely love it. You look so good. And I was like, I want to do it, but I'm too scared and this, that, and the other. And she was like, girl, you got to have confidence in yourself. And it's like, I hate to say that sometimes it's like a fake it till you make it type of situation, but like when you don't have that confidence and when you're not necessarily faking it or at least trying, you have to start somewhere, but like when you don't have it, it's just like you're just in your shell and it's almost like it cripples you from doing all the things that you want to do and that you can do.
That's actually funny that you say that because the fake it till you make it line, because I actually had a random thought like really early in the morning before I woke up, and it was like, I don't know what spoke to me, but it came into my head, and it was basically saying, act like the person that you want to be.
Yes. Yes.
And I don't know where that thought came from, but I was like, I need to implement that. And I even wrote it down as my quote to the day for the day or whatever in my planner. And I was like, that is so true. Like, act like the person that you want to be. And it's like, if you want to be, you know, this confident, you know, gorgeous person or whatever, you kind of have to take the steps that you think a confident person would do in order to become that person. And it's all about like, it's kind of like practice makes perfect. Like when you practice and do stuff over and over again, you're automatically going to get better at it. It's the same thing for confidence. So I've kind of been like instilling that in my brain because like I said, I don't think I said this actually, but like I'm honestly not the best with confidence for myself, but I am working on it. But that's something that I always keep in my mind.
Oh my God, it's so funny that you said that because guys, so I'm looking. All right, so you remember yesterday I was going to Miami Grill to get chicken? So one of my notebooks was in the car because, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I love notebooks. I need a notebook for every single thought. Like, every thought needs its own notebook. And I was looking at my notebook, and I had wrote down a quote, and it had said, I said I was going to use it for Instagram, so y'all might see it on there. But it was, act as if failure is not an option. And that makes me think of, like, when you think about confidence, you don't think about failing.
True.
And it kind of makes me think, like, your quote makes me think of that quote. Like, when you're acting like the person that you want to be, like, you're acting like you've already succeeded. And therefore, yes. So it's like, show up like that person that you want to be and act like failure, that's not even your vocabulary. Oh my, and in order to do that, like, you have to have confidence. If you don't have confidence, you're going to be surrounded by failure. And I don't even want to necessarily say that that means failure is a bad thing, because failure is still a part of success. But when you don't have that confidence, you stop at the failure and you never make it to the success. And it's like, it's really just like, it just suffocates you and it paralyzes you. And you just run around in this circle of depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, no friends, because nobody wants to be around somebody that doesn't have confidence, because they're not going to have confidence in you. And, you know, it's, what is the word I'm trying to think of? It's miserable? Contagious. Yes. Every energy that we put out and that we give, it's contagious and it multiplies. And nobody wants that. And it's just, I don't know, it's just not good. Your quote made me think of my quote.
Oh, I love that though. Yes. I'm definitely going to have to like write this down. I'm going to have to write yours down. Whenever I listen to this again, I'm going to have to write that down.
I'm writing yours down. All right. So for me, I've noticed that not having confidence has stopped me from doing so many things that I wanted to do in life, like getting back into dance, making new friends, opening a salon suite. I literally would self-sabotage myself, and I just felt like, you know how like this is the world, but like this is all you know, because this is your own, my own little bubble was just filled with so much negativity and so much lack of confidence that I was stagnant and I was not growing. And I'm still growing and I'm still working on my self-confidence, but I feel like the more little steps you take, the better it gets. And I don't know, I'm just glad that I'm not where I used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be. Just starting to have a little bit of confidence for me, it has definitely helped. Because I used to be so sad and so depressed. And even like I had mentioned this on my Instagram as well. I promise this is not a shame. I'm not trying to plug my Instagram. Like, I promise you I'm not.
Follow our Instagram.
Yeah. But no, like on Instagram I had mentioned this, like with my photography, I have been like dabbling in photography for years now, but because I lacked the confidence, I allowed people to like almost, I don't want to say use me, but I would just do a lot of shoots for free, or I would just be so critical with myself, and I feel like I didn't grow as much as a photographer or an aspiring photographer because I didn't believe in myself. Like, you stunt your own growth when you don't have confidence in yourself.
That is so true.
Yeah.
And something that you said with that, like you didn't have the confidence in like your own skill set with that, kind of reminded me of how people often deter themselves because they're like, I don't want to start, you know, a YouTube channel or a blog because there's already so many out there. And I was in a Clubhouse room. I've been on Clubhouse a lot. But
y'all follow her on Clubhouse.
But there was this room about YouTube content creators I wanted to join in on, and somebody I know, like a friend of mine from college, she was actually hosting the room, and so she made a really good point to say that you know, how many fast food restaurants are there? There's so many, and everybody has burgers and fries, but everyone does them a little bit differently.
Right.
There's a reason why you go to Burger King over McDonald's, or you know, go to Shake Shack over Five Guys. So it's like, just because everyone has kind of like the same thing going on doesn't mean that like you need to dumb down yourself or dim your shine, because like you could be doing it differently. You got a little flavor.
Right.
So I think that kind of fits in with like the whole like you didn't have confidence in your skill set. I feel like a lot of people don't have confidence in doing the things that they want to do simply because a lot of people are doing it. So have confidence in yourself even if other people are out here doing it.
That's so funny that you say that, because I've been thinking about that too. Like, in terms of salons, I see so many salons like on the same street, and just in my shopping center, there's salon lofts where there's like a good 20 of us, 20 stylists in most of us have our own little salon space. And so I don't want to say we're all competing with each other, but like you have all of us here and everyone still chooses the person they choose for who they are. Like, I've had people choose to come to me just because they said I looked cute in my photo, and I was like, oh, thanks. Okay. But
that's real though.
It is. That we'll have another episode on talking about that too, so be sure to look out for that.
Right.
But so there's that one. There are two other separate salons down in the block, and then there's Ulta that also has a salon.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I
and it's like, yeah, and that didn't stop anybody from setting up shop and following their dreams and having that confidence to say that they're not going to fail.
Exactly.
So that is so true. That's a good one.
Yeah, it is. One of them hidden gems right there.
Right.
I'm so weak. So a little bit tidbit of how confidence is for me. I think it's gotten a lot better over the years. There's been times where I was so hard on myself, and I still am. Like, I'm gonna be an open book about it. There's days where I'm like, I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling myself. I'm not feeling, you know, my environment. And you know, it just, like you said, with like that cycle of like feeling low and down on yourself and, you know, all those things, it's kind of like you don't want to get wrapped up into that like misery bubble, you know, those pity parties. And honestly, pity parties aren't that fun. So it's like, why do you want to throw that kind of party anyway? But I'm learning to give myself grace. I'm learning to forgive myself for things that I may have thought that I slipped up on, or, you know, past decisions that weren't the best or whatever. But I just see it as it shaping my journey to who I am now. And I feel like this is like the year of me finding myself.
Yeah.
I truly do. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's something like deep in my soul where it's like, I think I'm kind of like finding that inner love for myself. I'm looking, it's weird because it's like, I'm looking forward to getting to know myself more.
Yes.
Which is so weird. But I think that's a huge thing with my confidence journey is that I need to know who I am, and I need to learn who I am. I need to love on me. I need to love on me a lot.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm just hoping that by the end of 2021 that I'm a lot more confident. Yes. I love myself.
You will be. We're claiming
I love spending more time with me.
I thought you was gonna say spending more money.
I wouldn't mind that either. So I got it.
So basically, we gave you guys all the tea on what happens when you don't have confidence and how we have dealt with our confidence and how we are, where we are in our journeys, like Janine said. So we do want to, we always have to drop a few little gems for you guys, a few things to help you on your journey with whatever topic we're talking about. So we want to get into a few tips on how you can improve your self-esteem if it's not where you want it to be. And I mean, if you don't have any at all, like, here's how you start to get yourself some, girl.
So I'm gonna start off with the one that we already said earlier, fake it till you make it. Yes. And also like acting like the person that you want to become. So just to like go further into that, you can go into like the nitty gritty details of it. So if you think that a confident person wakes up early in the morning and starts their day with prayer, meditation, or instantly, gets into the shower and lets like the steam, like whatever you want to do. If you think that a confident person like wakes up and has like a bomb morning routine and, gets their stuff done early, then you should start waking up early and start doing those things that you think that a confident person would do. This can apply to a lot of different areas. It doesn't have to be that. But just kind of get down to like, what kind of person do you want to be? And what does a confident person look like to you? And try to like implement those things into your life.
Right. That also reminds me of like affirmations. Like you can also say affirmations daily, hourly, write them down whenever you think about them, but just make sure you repeat them. Saying positive affirmations about yourself and the person that you want to be and that you have dreamed up in your head of yourself. I think that also helps grow confidence as well.
Definitely.
Like when you talked about, like, that really made me think of affirmations being a really, really good one. And there are tons of apps about, that you can use to help with those affirmations as well. And similar to what Janine mentioned, you can also find a mentor and speak with them one-on-one, and they can share with you how they overcame certain things, and you can just get certain tips from them. And also just surrounding yourself with more positive people. And I think a big thing with that is being open, like being like a sponge and just soaking up some of their, their positive energy and some of their habits, and getting advice from them. Because I think one thing that if you're closed-minded and if you aren't open to receiving advice and help from other people, then you're of course you're going to be stagnant and you're not going to grow. So making sure you find that mentor and making sure you are surrounding yourself with confident people and building up your network of confident people, because your network is your net worth. Okay, so you gotta have that confidence so we can just grow.
Just to kind of like go off of that before I get into the next point, I really like that you're including like growing and not staying stagnant, because I just think that's so important. Like, it's always important, no matter how old you get, that you're still growing, learning, whatever. And you never want to be in the same place that you were a year ago. So if you find yourself like, I'm doing the exact same things I was doing a year ago, or I don't know, however long ago, and it's not things that you want to be doing.
Right.
Kind of check yourself and be like, am I growing? So I just wanted to reiterate that.
Yes, and I actually I was reading something, and it talked about stagnant people and just being stagnant in general, and the author, whatever, it basically said that being stagnant, you as a person being stagnant, is toxic to the people around you and to yourself.
That's so true.
It's like we are forever evolving. Like, even in nature, like as humans, we have evolved over however many years we've been here, and it's like we should constantly be evolving to become the better version of ourselves. So I was like, oh my God, like I never really thought about it being like toxic.
It can be, because I feel like people who lack that desire to grow tend to want to keep others down.
Oh,
and when they see them shooting past them, they're like, you need to come back down on my level.
Yes.
You know what? We need to save this for another video.
Misery loves company.
Misery loves company. Next video. We got another video.
Right,
we're gonna do that
next video.
Oh, we gotta like that. Do we have that in our notes?
What?
Misery loves company?
No, but
the rat and the cheese?
Girl.
The next tip that we have is to look at other examples of women that you find confident and sort of take notes and observe what you think that they exude and like how they exude that confidence. So I'm trying to think of an example.
Michelle Obama!
Michelle Obama does have like really good confidence, and it just seems like she doesn't care about what people are saying.
No, or
because she knows that she has it.
Right.
So it's kind of like just like
I like how you said, because she knows
that she has it.
But
it's basically like look at examples like her, anyone else that you think that exudes confidence. Beyonce is a good example.
Oh yes.
So
Oprah.
Kind of like take notes of like how they kind of handle themselves.
Read their autobiographies too.
Ooh, read their autobiographies.
Watch the movies about them and how they grew up.
I still need to read Becoming.
Oh girl, I need to as well. Did you watch her? Did you at least watch?
I wanted to read the book first.
Oh,
so corny.
I didn't read the book, but I watched the documentary. It was so good.
I'm sure it is. I need to like put that. Maybe that'll be like my first read for February.
Oh, that's good. And that'll be perfect for
Black
History Month. It's a month of Valentine's Day, and we can love on ourselves by reading these books. I love it.
But yeah, look up examples like Michelle Obama, Beyonce, whoever you feel is confident. Sort of take notes on how they carry themselves, how they dress. How they speak.
Yeah. And how they overcame their situations. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to cut you off.
Oh, no, that's true. How they overcame their situations is a really good one. And also how they talk about themselves. Because they never put themselves down.
Yes.
That's tip number 3.
That's a whole word right there. So tip number 4 would be to determine the root of the cause of, that's a lot of ofs. But anyway, figure out why you lack confidence, why you lack self-esteem. Determine all of those things and seek professional help if need be. If you can kind of figure it out and do the work on yourself, #do the work. If you can figure it out on your own, more power to you, but I'm not gonna lie, I need help, okay? I need a third party, okay? So if you feel like you need that too, there's nothing wrong with that. Seek therapy. Talk to them about the different traumas that you may have had in your childhood or your adulthood, or just like Janine said, like if you feel like you've made a mistake, because I know I felt like I've made plenty of mistakes that I'm still trying to recover from. If you feel like you've done certain things in your life that contribute to your lack of self-esteem and lack of confidence, seek help and let those people work you through those issues so you can come out on top. See a therapist, see a psychiatrist, maybe you need medication, just whatever you need to do to help get yourself in a better place and have that confidence, because we want you to be the growing flower out in this world to shine for others.
Yes, I completely agree. I've been looking for a therapist. We're both like on our therapist search right now. And one thing I did notice whenever you do look up therapy, you can basically input anything that you're looking for in a therapist. So it's like, I want somebody that deals with depression, anxiety. I saw a lot of like self-esteem ones, which I didn't even realize was like something that somebody could specialize in with therapy.
On the BetterHelp?
Yeah, on BetterHelp. This isn't sponsored, by the way.
It's not. But hey, if BetterHelp, if y'all want to sponsor us, hit us up. Hit us up in our email.
But yeah, they have like different things you can tick off, and I noticed that a lot of therapists were like, I specialize in self-esteem issues and like past traumas and stuff like that. So definitely think about what might be the root cause of it, and try to specialize your therapist to that as well.
Can we please talk about how trauma is a real ass thing, and it could be like something that you wouldn't even think would be considered like trauma in your life that's affecting you now. That crap is real.
And it sticks.
It affects every single thing. It's weird. It's not weird, but it's just wild. And like, you guys, we have to come to terms with these different traumas that we deal with. And they could be things that we brought upon ourselves or things that just happen to be like a matter of circumstances in our lives that are out of our control. But it's like, we gotta get a handle on those different traumas. Oh my God. But yeah, so
that's real.
It's really real.
What were you about to say?
Is there a number 6?
There's this last one.
Okay. Is that yours or mine?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
Is that okay?
No, okay.
So the last tip that we have is to basically flip your thinking a little bit. So right now you can like write down a list of all the negative beliefs that you have about yourself, and then try to find an opposite for those and say something positive about it to sort of negate that. So a good example would be if you don't really like your weight right now, you can say, okay, the negative belief is that I don't look good at this weight, or I don't like my body right now, or something like that. And the reverse would be, I actually do think I look good. I look good at any weight, or something like that. And so just kind of like reverse your thinking a little bit can make you put things into perspective and be like, you know what, maybe it's not as bad as I'm thinking, and maybe it's just like my mind, because the mind is
a powerful thing,
and also one of the biggest liars in your life is your own thoughts, to be honest. But but yeah, that's all the tips that we have.
Yeah, but I do just want to piggyback off of that I do think that with confidence it's important to acknowledge and understand, like, you have to love yourself throughout the journey. Like, so whatever goals you have, like, even if you're not satisfied with yourself where you are right now, it's still important to still love yourself where you're at right now.
That is so true.
And I think that definitely plays a part in confidence as well.
We mentioned something similar in our last video about how I would write down like complaints I might have about my life, and then on the opposite page I would write down the ways I want to solve those problems. So it's more action oriented. It's very similar to that when it comes to this exercise of thinking like, what do I negatively believe about myself? Do I always call myself dumb, stupid, ugly? And then just write down everything that's the opposite of that, and
believe it.
Yeah, believe it, and get yourself out of that negative thinking cycle. So that is all the tips that we have for you guys today. I hope you guys got something valuable out of this information and found some good hidden gems on how you can hype yourself up in 2021. Enhance your confidence. We're on this journey with you. And be sure to comment below if you're watching here on YouTube with how you are with your confidence journey, how you are with your confidence right now. We would love to hear from you. And if you guys are on
Spotify,
maybe you should,
or Apple.
I wish we had an Instagram.
Yeah, we're working on an Instagram, guys. This is still very new to us. Again, we're practicing what we preach here. We decided not to just wait and start this podcast when everything was perfect and figured out. We are evolving and growing as well. So when we do figure out our social media handle, please be sure to follow us. If you have any maybe suggestions on what you think we should have for our handle, let us know down below in the comments.
Right. And also
be sure to share this too with anybody that you know who may need a little help with their confidence journey. No tea, no shade. Just let them know, ooh, check this out.
Oh my God. Make sure you subscribe on wherever you listen to podcasts, and also subscribe to our channel on YouTube. And we will see you guys in the next one.
But before we end this podcast, we're never gonna not tell you guys to hashtag
do the work.
Yes. You guys do the work. We're doing it with you, and we'll see you in the next one.